episode 48 of Not Quite Nerds. I doubted myself there because I've written 46 at the top of my notes. And I don't know why.
Are you trying to go back in time?
I don't know. This actual recording is labeled as episode 48, so it's definitely on my piece of paper I've written 46, but it is definitely episode 48.
It is.
Sure? Are you positive?
No.
I don't think any of us is positive.
After I run out of fingers and toes, I don't know where I'm going. and people look at me weird when I walk around the park counting their fingers and toes. So.
You could pick your friends and you could pick your nose, but you can never pick your friend's toes.
Pick your friend's toes?
Why would you go there?
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I'd much rather just,
I mean, this whole website.
At least a nose, you're helping somebody out. The toes, that's just weird.
Yeah. Don't do it. I
don't.
No.
Good.
I don't get it.
Okay.
It's because I told you not to.
Yeah. No, just because I'm normal.
All right then. Okay. So on this week's show, we don't have a Marvel Madness because Mallory's forgot that she was doing it, so she's not actually watched anything from Mallory's Marvel Madness.
That's literally not what I said.
Sorry?
That's not what I said. I did not say I haven't watched anything.
No.
I said
proof though. There's 2 against 1 as to whether or not you did watch something. So,
but I didn't say I didn't watch anything.
No, but the message implied everything it needed to imply.
It did. We read between the lines.
So. Whether you
neither confirm nor deny.
So I think the frustrating part is clearly you're wearing a variant T-shirt, which means the original Mallory's out somewhere, and she's not watched anything. And the variant couldn't even pick up the time. What was the multiplicity, where Michael Keaton makes multiple versions of himself so he can do everything he needs to do in a day?
That's what I need.
That's what I need.
And then I could definitely watch.
I could use that to attend board meetings. It would make my life a hell of a lot better.
Right. Yeah. You just have to come up with a really good filing system.
Yes.
Make sure that you all shared the right information. You don't show up at the wrong meeting with the wrong information. Anyway, yes. So Mallory didn't watch anything from a Marvel Madness.
Or did I?
You didn't. But the window is closing.
I'll be fine. I might have watched something. You don't know.
You didn't. But the window is closing.
It's almost July, guys. You know what that means?
I mean, we are a week away from Spidey.
No,
Spidey
I think the end of July, dude. I think it's like the 24th or something like that.
Odyssey first.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Odyssey is first.
Odyssey.
Okay. Like 29th or 30th.
That's ages away.
Yeah. 30th.
But the hype is building around it. Obviously, they've been doing their world tour.
I'm going to go out of order, though, to watch it in theaters. I hope that's okay with everyone.
No. You've not earned that.
You've not earned. You need to earn it, Mal.
Guys, I'm doing well.
You were.
Well, in that case, then okay, fine. No. You know what? I'll do a compromise. Okay, compromise. You can watch Spidey in the theater as long as you watch trailers for Spidey and Doomsday, which I know you hate.
I don't like trailers.
I know. Okay, that's the compromise, though. So that we can talk about the trailers.
No, because trailers. Okay, I'll watch stupid trailers if we want to talk about it. But trailers, my issue with trailers is that they just spoil everything.
Or do they?
Or do they? Or they create opportunities to speculate, which is fun and also occasionally more often than not disappointing. But
I mean, so
that's what I don't like.
I mean, the thing is, comedy trailers are worth it because you often see things in trailers for comedies that don't make it into the main film.
It's true, yeah, that don't make the cut, yeah.
Yeah, especially when you have the improv guys because they, something works so well that they throw it in a trailer and it doesn't make the final cut. But trailers are important because they are supposed to entice you to come in, supposed to give you enough to intrigue you, but not too much. The problem isn't the trailer. The problem is all the conversation that goes on around the trailer these days.
As we talked about.
And what Luch wants to do is have the conversation around it, which I don't want to do. Because you guys are going to have something to say, and then it's going to ruin the movie, and then somebody's going to be cranky about it because it's not whatever. I don't like it.
No matter what, someone's going to be cranky, though.
Yeah.
No matter what, someone's going to be cranky.
But if you go in with no expectations.
Oh, but that's also not true though. You always go in with an expectation. Like we're
I go
always
with
going to
no
compare this Spider-Man movie to
we
the
are still
last.
talking about Spider-Man and not your dating life.
Thank you for that.
On that note, we were going to talk about some other things and then come back to this, but let's go into it. Let's dive into it, right? Let's be part of the fuel that annoys Mallory no
Yes.
end, and let's discuss: is there going to be a symbiote in Spider-Man?
I mean, if people's comments regarding Zendaya's clothing is to be believed, then I would wager yes.
So I wasn't aware of this until I saw that clearly a post similar to Lucha's where they pointed out that she was wearing this ripped black dress that was almost dripping off her body, and she always wears themed dresses for the premieres. And so now there's this whole idea that maybe the symbiote is present and maybe the symbiote's going to take over her. But then that to me also feeds into what's Peter trying to understand. The black eyes, all these different things, the natural webbing. Is it a symbiote? Is it not this whole evolution storyline, but is it actually a symbiote?
I mean, it certainly could be. I mean, because I think a lot of the speculation regarding the black eyes is that he's turning into Man Spider.
Mm-hmm.
But the symbiote is also a very plausible.
You know, they could
possibility.
Could be. There's things that could point towards that. What were you going to say, Mallory?
I just want to see the dress.
Okay, you look up the dress. But then
there's actually two that they've talked about.
Yeah.
One is with the actual webbing on like her back, kind of, and then there's another one where on the front of the dress, it's like these white lines, kind of like what Venom would look like.
Well, I've seen the one with the webbing because she always does a spider dress for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen the other one, which is why I want to find it. And it's definitely for Spider-Man. It's for
yes, they're doing the press tour for Spider-Man. Oddly enough, not doing one for the Odyssey, or at least there hasn't been as much promotion about it.
Yeah, I would imagine that's because Holland's got commitments. No, they have done stuff because
they did. Okay,
I've seen interviews with Tom Holland, Matt Damon, and there was somebody else where they were talking. But the question invariably comes back to Spider-Man. Also, though, to build on the speculation, Tom Holland has been quoted as saying, "Oh, but you've not even seen who the villain is for this film yet."
Yeah, which could be totally leaning into it's Venom or something along those lines.
Yeah.
But would it really be okay if they're gonna do Venom? Would it not be the Tom Hardy Venom? Because we already saw that he said the symbiote was left.
Different universe, though.
No. But we saw that it was left in Tom Holland's universe.
Yeah, at the end of the last Spider-Man, there's he gets taken back to his world, but the symbiote drips onto the seat.
True, that's right. I did forget that. So yeah, that's very
possible. It is possible.
It's not a Tom Hardy.
No,
but it is his Venom.
Yeah. His Venom, yeah.
And his Venom is definitely different than the
Topher Grace's Venom.
Yeah.
Topher Grace's Venom, yeah.
But the question is, are we going to get a symbiote? Or will it just be something that maybe they drop in at the end? Is there, I don't know. But there seems to be all these rumours circulating at the moment. Or is it just another massive red herring that they're throwing out for us and they're just allowing us to get ourselves all worked up and actually they're going to release a romantic comedy version of Spider-Man?
I mean, listen, I wouldn't be surprised if they're getting us all hyped up to do like an M. Night Shyamalan twist or something along those lines. Because obviously, for them, they've talked about how they're really impressed with this more mature Spider-Man. Obviously, he's very much on his own. No one knows who he is anymore. They may remember Spider-Man, but not who Spider-Man is, which is interesting and cool. But they need to somehow, and that's the problem with all these movies that we've talked about. You got to top the one that came out before. Like that's going to be very hard to top the last Spider-Man movie with new Spider-Man. I mean, I don't expect this movie to be better than that one, just because of everything that was in it. Like it was just brilliant.
It hit all the feels and it gave us everything we wanted. Now, I think what we have to do is approach this as the next step in Spider-Man. So you're right. I don't.
The next chapter, yeah, it's the next chapter for him.
If they can achieve something similar to what they achieved there, and that's where I think Frank Castle comes in. So clearly, Frank has got a bigger role than it was originally let on. In which case, we might maybe that's what we're going to get from here. Is every Spider-Man movie is going to be a team-up movie,
which I think works, because obviously you have Frank's character. Bruce Banner's clearly in it, as well. We don't know, I think, officially who Sadie Sink is playing. She could be Jean Grey. She could be somebody else.
Yeah,
nobody knows. I quite like the Jean Grey.
Yeah, I mean,
angle. I think that could be interesting.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
We will see. We will see. And Mallory won't see in the theater because she's not earned the right.
Because she's not allowed. She's not allowed to see it.
So, to all the theaters in Manhattan or upstate New York, please. This is the picture. This is the face. Please do not allow her in to see unless she can confirm that she has completed all of her Marvel madness.
She can go see the movie when it comes out in the South Hills Mall Theater.
Boom.
What happens? Hold on. Let's just discuss this briefly. What? Oh no, it's probably not true. I was gonna say, what's going to happen if it's not available for streaming before Doomsday?
It probably won't be.
Yeah,
the whole Sony.
Yeah, so then I have to see it. Both of you guys can suck it. Also, I finally saw the dress.
It will be available before that.
It will.
You're talking 60 days at the moment before it goes on pay-per-view.
That's true.
So it's going to be a way in time for Christmas. And it'll be out on DVD before Christmas / physical media.
Buying it on DVD.
It'll be out on physical media before Christmas because, everyone will be wanting to buy it for Christmas.
True. I mean, I will be.
Yeah.
Because I've been trying to get back into physical media.
I actually was just having that conversation with Gemma about picking up either a new Mac Mini for myself and using this as a media server, or picking up a cheap secondhand one somewhere to make a media server and create my own Netflix.
Just like burn everything into the hard drive kind of
situation? Burn everything onto the hard drive and then leave that as an online server that I can access wherever I am. And anything that I
didn't think to go that far, but that actually is a really good idea.
I'll send you the links.
Thank you, please. So I wonder if I could do that with all of my British stuff, because I have so much of my British Blu-rays and DVDs that just makes it difficult to watch here.
Yep.
Because I just don't have a system that.
And I would never, ever, ever condone any such service in any way, shape, or form. But obviously, if you wanted a shared link to any media server that I had, I would share that with you.
I mean, you have quite a substantial library.
Not as big as it was, That's the issue. We went on the weekend to see Jousting at Linlithgow Palace with the kids, and we came back and I had to purchase A Knight's Tale on Apple TV for $2.99.
Fantastic! I love that movie. Is so brilliant. It's not even funny.
And how I didn't own a copy of it, I was really.
I'm surprised by that, because I think I own a copy of it from Blockies.
Yeah. So I was a little bit. I was like, oh, but then when Apple TV, it was to rent on Amazon for $4.99 or to buy on Apple TV for $2.99. I was like, well, buying that then. But yes, okay. So Symbiote, we don't know. The conversation's out there. People are talking about it. Are we going to get something?
All right. So I just saw the dress.
Yep.
I can see why people are thinking that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I agree with it.
Yeah.
The question I have though is. Okay, everyone's obviously freaking out about the black dress. Has anybody mentioned her in the 39 shirt?
No.
No, everyone's right. So everyone's picking and choosing. That's my other issue. But so she's at a Spider-Man fan thing, and she's in a outfit where she's wearing a shirt with the number 39 on it and a really nice plaid skirt.
Yeah.
But nobody's freaking out about her being in the 39 because it's not fitting into whatever they want from the movie.
No, but now
and
you've got me interested in.
Yeah, I still
How Green Was My Goblin, issue 39.
I was gonna say it might
Flash
have to do
Thompson
with...
is in it. We know that he
because didn't Flash Thompson become the Hobgoblin at one point, or the Green Goblin?
No, he was at one point. He was Venom. He was one of the many.
He was one of many Venoms, though. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. But this is the whole point of it. This is what they like to do. They like to get us
I mean,
running
that
down that
actually
rabbit
kind
hole.
of tracks, though, because in the trailer, I believe they're dating.
Who? Oh, yeah, Flash is
dating MJ.
Well, he's dating somebody. Yeah, no, he is, because there's that scene where they're in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's dissect the trailer just to find out.
Isn't this fun, Mallory? We're speculating. We're going back and forth.
What I love about it is
I hate
how wrong I can be. Like how I can take the tiniest breadcrumb and serve up an absolutely massive steaming pile of wrongness.
Yeah.
And I love that idea because I like being proven wrong.
But you two are normal people. But I feel like the majority of people who do this will go down these rabbit holes and then they get pissed off when the movie isn't what they had decided the movie needs to be.
Fair.
No, I mean, listen, that is very fair. And I my main, because I get like that too, but with an asterisk. Like if you have the source material, you're doing like an adaptation of this book or this comic or whatever it is, and you change like key pivotal elements of it, that's where I have an issue. Like that part I hate. That's why I didn't like the Percy Jackson movies that they made, because they start off the character at 16, which is just all of the wrong, because if you know the lore, shit happens when he turns 16. So to start him at that age just doesn't make any sense. And that's just one example. But I don't know. I hear what you're saying, Mal, but I still think it's fun.
Is there a comic book that is on point to what's already happened? Or are they just taking things from the source material and making an interesting story?
The Watchmen.
No. Spider-Man, specifically.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's Spider-Man movie. Is there a comic book out there where Doctor Strange or he does whatever the thing was, and then two other Spider-Men pop right? So we're already in uncharted territory. Yes, there's source material, but they are allowed to take artistic license to make the good story.
Yeah.
And because of that, when the fans think that the story they've created in their head is better than the story that the people who did, then they get all cranky and they make all these big things, and then we don't get the third Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and it ruins it for the rest of us.
Speaking of which, last week we just finished the second Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I told you I've been watching with the kids. We need that third Spider-Man.
We do need that third Spider-Man. I think Andrew Garfield deserves his, like, not quite redemption, but I think he deserves his trilogy.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly believe, though, that the people who have ruined it are the fans. Like all these superhero movies, that we are our own worst enemies.
Oh yeah,
and we are the ones ruining it.
Absolutely. I mean, I've said the same thing. You know, people be hating on the Star Trek. These are Star Trek fans who love Star Trek, but they don't like the Discovery or Strange New Worlds or something, and now we're not getting anything made.
I think what you've said there is partially true. I think the other side to that is our demand for them has forced studios, well, not forced studios, but given studios the license to produce substandard films.
I.e. Eternals.
Yeah. I mean, and that coming from them going, well, we're printing money. We need to take advantage of printing money as quickly as we possibly can by throwing out whatever films we can possibly come up with, and trying to do that and not spending time crafting a good story and making the film right. But that is on the studio then as well for not producing good material. And
I'm going to portion it 70-30. 70 fans, 30 studio. Because studio has the bottom dollar, but the fans are also, if you give a mouse a cookie.
Yeah.
I want this, so I want more.
Yeah.
But then I want more, but I want more. And the studio's like, fine, if you want more, we'll take your money.
But then the studio then has to keep making that quality of cookie, and that's where the problems tailed off, is the quality of cookie has gone down and the price of it has gone up.
I feel like it's like shrinkflation. You know, they're still giving us the same amount, but it's not the same amount of quality. Or you know, it's not a perfect analogy there.
I think ultimately what they've done is they've tried to give us more of what we've wanted because we've said we've wanted it, and then they've given us more of it, and we've gone, well, this is shite, and they're like, yeah, because you've made us rush it. We don't have the capacity to make
70% us, 30% studio.
I'd go 50-50, but you know.
No, I think listen, I feel like a lot of it comes down to, yeah, it's the fans, it's also the studios, but also I feel like the actors. I feel like the biggest problem, I think that DC has had this issue the most, is that the writers of this stuff, the stuff that made these things great, the reason why the fans want to see this stuff in the cinema is because of these comic book writers like Frank Miller and insert names of plenty of other comic book writers that I don't know. And their involvement, I feel like, in these bigger productions is almost little to none. Right? I mean, who's running DC's universe? James Gunn.
Yeah.
Did you write a comic book?
Now,
at least Stan Lee was kind of involved for a while. You know,
perfect segue.
Yeah.
In that, I went to see Supergirl this week.
I wanted to. I did. Well, I know you mentioned it in the chat, but I saw some comments online that I wanted to talk about. But I want you to go first.
Okay, Supergirl is based on the Woman of Tomorrow comic. The storyline is the same. Fantastic. Some artistic changes, some reasons for changes, some portions of it left out for the same reason that we say when we watch TV shows or films of books, you can't get 700 pages, whatever, you can't get all that into that period of time. Yeah. But as stories go, it was almost identical story to what takes place. The framing of it is slightly different in Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Ruthie, who's the little girl in it, it's told from her perspective.
Okay.
In the film, it's from Supergirl's perspective.
Which, again, makes sense. Yeah. It's Supergirl movie.
Yeah, and you're introducing it to new audiences.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. You wouldn't want it to be from somebody else's perspective when we're first getting Supergirl. But, I mean, it's an okay movie.
That's what I've heard.
It's a Midland movie. I left the cinema and wasn't like, oh, you guys need to go see it. Like, if I thought it was great, if I really loved it, I would have been like, you guys need to go right now. And
yeah, I was waiting for a text about it.
Yeah.
Actually.
I wasn't going to cry. I wanted to hear it live and on the podcast.
So it starts off, it feels like a Western or a samurai movie or any of those sorts of things, where you've got the fallen master sort of dragged into a crusade that they don't want to get dragged into. And through that crusade, they re-find themselves and find out who they're supposed to be. I want to say, first of all, Millie Alcock is brilliant. She's perfect for Kara. She is absolutely amazing. I think her personality suits the character so well. What are we going to
accent for the movie?
Sorry?
What's her accent for the movie?
American.
It's Americanized.
Yeah.
Americanized.
Yeah, it's an American accent.
But she does not have the strongest Australian accent of an actress.
Isn't she British?
She's Australian.
She's Australian.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know because she was in a TV show with Tim Minchin where she played a girl who jumps in his car and they go on a road trip across Australia. And the same sort of thing. They find each other through this. But no, I thought she was really, really good as Kara, and I'm excited to see more of her as Kara. I don't want the studios to be put off by how much money that they've spent on making this film and it not finding its fan base. But again, it's the same problem that we have with the Marvels and things like that, where is it just that the comic book fans are traditionally males, and so
that's part of the comment that I wanted to make. Is like I read a couple of different, like, I don't want to call them articles, but a couple of different posts from people who had gone to see it and how it's getting a lot of hate. And for a variety of reasons, people have given it like it's a mid movie. It's not great. It's not bad. It's a B.
Yeah.
It's okay. It moves along, but a lot of people are saying in the comments, and it just kind of makes me mad a little bit, that like a lot of the reason why it's getting hate is like she's not like the sexy Supergirl with like the short skirt and like kind of ditzy and stuff. She's not like wanting to have a love interest. It's just her whooping ass and trying to kind of get through, and kind of move and like while moving the story along. Obviously, I've not seen it yet. I do want to see it, but like I wonder if that's part of the reason that it's not what these comic book nerds want to see. Whereas I'm excited for that kind of Supergirl movie. I think that's really awesome. Like I know they did some cool stuff with the Melissa Benoist show on the CW, but that's a little more like she's like. I'm not saying that. What's her name again? The actress.
Millie Alcock.
Right. Like I'm not saying that she's not pretty, but like Melissa Benoit was
Yeah, no,
very attractive.
I
and
agree. She certainly isn't going to be the sex symbol that
right.
Melissa Benoist or previous Supergirls have possibly attained to be, but also she is younger. So there's that weird thing where you're like, she's not supposed to be, guys.
Right. And that you're right.
You're a 50-year-old man in the cinema watching Supergirl. Oh, she's not my Supergirl. She's not attractive enough. Yeah, well, she's supposed to be 23 years old. Which she talks about repeatedly in the film. She's considerably younger. I mean, my issues with it are nothing to do with her, nothing to do with what they've done. Is the story isn't particularly great. Tom King's Woman of Tomorrow got rave reviews for the way it was done, and it's great. It made me think, oh, we've asked for this for such a long time, where you take a comic book story and just put it on film. You've given us that, and now we're like, yeah, that was all right. I mean, so we get Jason Momoa as Lobo.
So, okay, without giving too much away, thumbs up, or thumbs down?
Like, I don't think it was needed.
Really?
It feels like fan service. It feels like so
interesting.
Remember, we all wanted to see all three Spider-Men together, and so in No Way Home they gave us all three Spider-Men, but it wasn't just fan service. It was a key point of the story, and it worked really, really well. In this, I feel like it's just fan service. I feel like they've just put it in so people can be like, hey, look, he's finally got to be Lobo on screen. I don't think his character brings anything to it. There's a weird moment at the end where he sort of saves Kara, and you're like, oh, I don't like that, because now you've just taken Supergirl and she's had to be saved by somebody.
Yeah.
There's a couple of weird moments in there that I don't think, that feel very James Gunn-esque. The feel of the film is very Guardians of the Galaxy. We said it when we'd seen the trailer.
We saw it with the trailer. Yeah, I mean,
very Guardians of the Galaxy. The villain in it looks very Guardians of the Galaxy. The worlds look Guardians of the Galaxy. There's lots of music. But I mean, my ultimate thing is if you've got a Supergirl film, surely there's a female director that can deliver that. And they've chosen a male director to deliver it. And we always talk about, when we talked about that, we've talked about it in the past, we've talked about Joss Whedon, where Gal Gadot steps out of the car as Wonder Woman, and the shot is of her ass stepping out of the car. Yeah. And you're like, and yet when she's in her own film, directed by, I can't remember the lady's name, but it escapes now, but she's not sexualized in any way.
No.
I mean, and he doesn't sexualize Supergirl. I just feel like maybe it doesn't have the right feel to it. It doesn't have that female edge to it. Is what I would say. Maybe that's.
So would you attribute Jason Momoa's Lobo like John Krasinski's Reed Richards and Doctor Strange Universe of Ends?
Yeah. But even then, I felt like they were steering the story in the right way. Like they wrote that character, and then they went, "It'd be cool if we could get John Krasinski." Whereas this, I feel like they went, "Oh, Jason Momoa wants to be Lobo, and we don't want to lose
him. Let's put him in this."
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like that. Like he's been pushed into this. I mean, he's good. He's good as Lobo. They have some funny quips between themselves. There's some great lines in it. The relationship between Ruthie and Kara is really, really good. A fundamental part of the comic book that changes is what sets her on the path in the film is that Crypto gets shot and she needs to find a cure. Whereas in the comic book, Crypto doesn't need a cure. She makes that up as a story so she can go help Ruthie.
Okay.
Whereas in this, she's forced down that path a little bit.
Okay.
But again, it's a mid-film. It's not terrible. It's not great. It's right there in the middle. It's enjoyable. I'm not going to rush back to see it again. I don't feel the need to do it. I think there's been a lot of criticism about the use of the song in the middle by, I'm going to say this wrong name, but I think it's Kelly Gray, but with an E on the end.
Okay.
She sang, so the middle, the pop punk song from
Jimmy Eat World?
Yeah. Is it Jimmy Eat World? Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy Eat World, yeah.
So that they use that song for the big fight scene, but it's a really cool acoustic sort of country version of it. It makes a lot of sense if you think about what Kara's going through at that point and what her journey is, and it's this whole idea that you're not complete yet.
Yeah.
Don't give up yet. This is just, you've only lived to this point. You don't know what's coming next, sort of moment. So it's cool. I think it works really well, and that's got loads of criticism online. I was like, actually, that was a standout moment for me, was the use of that song, which is totally contradictory to all the action and violence that's sort of taking place around what's happening there.
So as a piggyback to last week.
Sorry? I was going to say, I wonder if there's a Jimmy Eat World version, if people would not be as upset about
Somebody it. Has put an edited version online, yeah, and the same thing. It was just like, but I mean, so remember Moneyball?
Mm-hmm.
There's a song in that called "The Middle," and it's the young girl. It's meant to be Brad Pitt's daughter in the film sings that song.
Yeah,
amazing. It's very much like that, and I'm like,
very good. That version is great. She does a great job in Moneyball.
So for me, it struck a chord. It struck the right chord at the right time. But I get it. People are offended by it. I'm just looking at my notes here. The villain wasn't particularly strong.
Okay. So based upon your comments here, to follow up to my comment in last week's episode, is this something where I take my wife and spend $70 on a movie, or do I wait for it to come out on streaming? Like, even if I have to pay for it, like $20 online.
Wait for it to come out on streaming.
Okay.
Which I know is probably going to be really damaging to the future of the DCU and all of that sort of stuff, because
they've done enough damage themselves. Like,
well, I mean, this is it. I mean, I thought Superman was good.
I enjoyed Superman. I enjoyed that a lot.
It was good, and I would say that was a 7 out of 10, and I would give this like a 5.8, not quite a 6, but certainly not a bad film. It was just there in the middle. I'm not going to rush out to see it again.
I actually really enjoyed the Superman movie. I would probably give it a 7.5 because I really liked the back and forth between Superman and Krypto, and then also what's his face as Lex.
Yeah, Skins,
yeah, Tony. Tony from Skins,
yeah. I mean, you get a lot of crypto in this. Or you get more crypto in this.
You got more crypto?
More crypto in this, yeah.
Well, I mean, more crypto. I mean, I'm good with that.
But yeah, and it is traditional. It's just a traditional story told in a Supergirl way. She's off in space. She can't find her home. She doesn't want to be on Earth because that's not the Earth. She never grew up on Earth. The story's changed slightly in those perspectives. So it's good to see. But again, I don't see why it's getting the hate. I think that was my frustration, is I don't understand why it's getting the hate. Is it a bad film? No. Is it a great film? No. If it was in the Marvel universe, it would be right there, right in the middle. Do you know what I mean? Like, it would just be a middling film.
It would still be better than the Eternals.
I'm going to rewatch the Eternals because having rewatched the Marvels, I rated that much higher the second time around.
Okay, maybe I have to give that a second watch.
Yeah, so I am going to rewatch the Eternals and give it
because I liked Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
and not just because of like the Stan Lee reading Dogma scene.
I remember having a very specific fight about Captain Marvel, and a qualm that you had, Luch,
about the lawyer in full recall. You said.
He did say, because it really pissed me off.
It pissed you off? Oh shit! What did I say? I don't even remember.
About when her powers were fully realized, when they were no longer being diminished.
Yeah.
You didn't like how quickly she was able to have control over her powers.
I still stand by that, though.
No,
I enjoyed the movie. I still stand by that. She learned her shit real quick.
You have no issue with Captain America learning his powers that quickly.
No, but he also
no. Captain Marvel.
Rewatch Captain America.
I literally just did.
I know. The second he comes out of the tube or whatever, what does he start doing? He's running. He falls into a fucking store. He like bumps into a taxi cab. He's all over the place. The first 15 minutes, he's actually Chris Evans.
Going from 0 to 100, and first couple minutes after going from 0 to 100.
But he also gets better and improves.
He didn't go from 0 to 100.
But watch his transitions throughout the movie. If you look at Captain America: The First Avenger, what's his fighting style? He has the shield. He's not zipping it around like he usually does. He bounces it off of people, but he's not like doing like complex geometric equations with his shield. He's also boxing a lot more. As he progresses through his Captain America-ness, he learns judo. He learns like other different styles of fighting because he's growing and learning as his character. Captain Marvel is just like, all right, yeah, here I can like shoot lasers and shit, and now I'm gonna go like not breathe in space.
But
yeah, but
Captain Marvel as well takes place over a longer time period.
Yeah.
Like, she goes off into space. There's this whole time period where she goes through training while she's off in space that we don't see.
So, but also, she didn't start with nothing.
So I think that maybe I'd feel better. Maybe I'd feel better.
Already using some of the powers, like she already started like with a base of knowledge, unlike Steve Rogers.
That's not true. He's a smart guy, and he was in the army, kind of.
But he wasn't a fighter. She was a fighter. She had powers already. And she wasn't starting from nothing. He essentially, his whole thing was that he would lay on a bomb, but he couldn't run.
Yeah, but that was the quality they were looking for.
Well, I'm not saying that he wasn't Captain America.
So maybe I would have felt better if there was like a,
look,
he's training 6 months later, and then you see her again.
I wholeheartedly believe if Captain America was male, you wouldn't have an issue.
It's underlying sexism here. What Luke is trying to say is,
for Captain Marvel.
As a man, you can learn the skills really fast. As a woman, it takes you a lot longer.
No, I'm not. You guys are painting a really bad picture that is so not true. Like, it really isn't.
He'll be really offended by Supergirl when she suddenly knows all of her powers. The other movie that I managed to catch this week, which hopefully is slightly less controversial, was Scary Movie.
Okay.
Not Scary Movie 5. It's just called Scary Movie.
Interesting. Okay.
Now, when Cindy eventually defeats the bad guy, did you think that she did it too quickly?
I mean, it's okay because she wouldn't have done it.
Is the bad guy Doofy? Is that it?
She wouldn't have done it without the Wayne's support, so it's okay. So the men helped her to it.
Oh my God. I hate the way that this conversation has gone because it is so not true.
I know, and it's going to be so brilliant as a social media clip. I reckon we're going to get thousands.
Oh my God, no, please don't. Seriously, I'm going to look like such a dickhead because of Mal. Thanks, Mal. You know me. You know that's not true.
Luke, welcome.
I know it's not true, but the way it comes across.
Welcome to politics, where they take
my Captain Marvel opinions.
Welcome to politics, where we take a tiny soundbite, we ruin your whole life with it.
That's so true. Yeah. I'm gonna get canceled now. Thanks, guys.
I mean, it's okay though, because woke culture doesn't fully cancel people anymore because it's so woke that they allow people to change and come back. So you'll be good.
Speaking of which, tangent number 6 or whatever. Have you guys seen that? Speaking of canceled people, Louis C.K. has a new Netflix special coming out soon.
Yeah, he's done his time.
Yeah,
I mean, Aziz Ansari's been on SNL. Now, okay,
has he?
In fairness, that was because Kash Patel. Was Kash Patel, and so Aziz Ansari. They were like, he's perfect for this. Aziz Ansari just goes on and does this a lot. I saw I'd seen him doing the podcast rounds a few, and the same with Aziz, where you slowly see them starting. They've served
to reemerge into the world a little bit, yeah.
So nobody gets fully cancelled. Anyway, speaking of woke culture, a Scary Movie is our generation's attack on woke culture. Unfortunately, it just pulls it too short way too often.
Really?
Like, it could really, really go hard.
It could really twist and it just doesn't.
And it just doesn't quite go there. It doesn't commit to what you think it's going to commit to. I mean,
that's got to be on purpose, though. It has to be.
Shorty steals the show once again.
He always stole the show. Yeah. He always stole the show.
It's his first introduction where, like, the new teenagers are sitting down. So they were all sitting down outside the school, and he walks up. And one of them's like, "Hey, Unc," and he's like, "I don't like it when you call me Unc." Blah, blah. It goes off in this whole thing. That's really disrespectful. He's like, "No, you are my uncle, though." It's like that's what I was calling you, Unc. And he's like, "Yeah." And then he talks about his record 18th year or something, studying his final year of high school. So
he's still in high school in the movie.
Yeah, he's still in high school, but he's going home in his private jet because he's a streamer who's got millions of views. But he is still doing high school because he still wants to get his whatever.
His diploma.
Yeah. Isn't he in college in Scary Movie too?
I mean, he's at college.
That's true.
So there's those elements. No, it's good. There's some really funny moments in there. There's some sort of standout moments. It does exactly what you expect it to do. They do this is a reboot call is what they call it. Like, I know what you did, and then the character literally says, like, I know what you did last summer when that came out, and they're like, I don't know that movie, and they're like, no, nobody does. You're just like, whoa. But yeah, they introduce the younger kids. They go through this whole thing where they're explaining it's the younger ones and what's going on with them, and the killer's coming back for them, and all that sort of stuff. We've got Tuesday, who's one of Sydney's daughters, who contractually isn't allowed to be called Wednesday, but somebody called her Wednesday at one point, and they're like, we're not allowed to do that. So there's lots of those moments, but again, Shorty is the whole star of the whole thing. He has a whole stoner session where he smokes some weed and goes into the K-pop Demon Hunter world, and they take the
that's actually really
song
good.
from K-pop, and the lyrics are, "We gonna be smoking, gonna be token."
So now the question becomes: is it worth me taking Lucha's wife out on a date?
She does love those. She does love those movies. She does.
I mean,
she does not like stupid funny, but she does love.
She'd get more references. I said my biggest fear going was that there'll be moments that I don't understand because I've not seen all the recent horror stuff. She'll sit there and absolutely love it because she will get all those references.
Yeah.
It is just a really silly. It's silly as it should be. It's ridiculous. I mean, there's a great scene where you have the sort of the heroes as such walking off into the sunset with a house exploding behind them sort of moment, and as they walk off, the camera goes behind them and it's burnt all their clothes off their backs. They're all fully naked from behind. So there's those sorts of moments where it does laugh at Hollywood. Lots of what's his face's gay jokes.
Oh,
yeah,
the other ones.
The one that's married, and he's now married to, and they've got kids and everything, but there's still this whole thing. They have a whole church scene from Sinners. They play on the Sinners church scene where he comes back for redemption, but he's on stage deep throating a microphone and all sorts. So yeah, you know what you're getting in for. For me though, it just pulled up short. I really thought they could have gone for it with woke culture. There was lots of things that they could have put in there that they could have gone for and really sort of dove in on. And didn't quite.
I mean, I guess even though it's obviously a spoof, I guess they don't want to go too far because then they won't work again.
I mean, there's a joke about Scary Movie 3 and 4, which obviously the Wayans brothers aren't in.
Right.
Where they're like, you did that without us. One of them, somebody responds with, but I got to work with Charlie Sheen, and the other one responds with, and they paid me an awful lot of money. So they acknowledge that there's been those things in the past. But I mean, I did just gone for it. If you're going to go for it, go for it.
Yeah. Especially with a movie like that, considering like all the other films that were coming out at that point, like Not Another Teen Movie, and
so
like Your Highness, and like a few of those movies that were coming out at the time, those kind of like raunchy, kind of stoner spoof comedies. Like, just go for it, man.
So on that, when I went to see it, there was a trailer for, I want to say, Spa Weekend. I don't know if you've seen that trailer. Mallory's definitely not.
No.
It's
she hates trailers. Just assume she's not seen any trailer.
It's fine. Hang on.
It's funny is I used to love watching trailers. There used to be a trailer app on Apple TV, and I used to watch a lot of trailers.
This one isn't one that you're gonna get spoilers from, but it's Anna Faris, Isla Fisher, Leslie Mann, and it's written by, how do they describe it?
I mean, it sounds like it's a good cast so far.
It's The Hangover, but for girls. So they got a Spa Weekend.
Yeah.
It just declines into absolute chaos. They've all got Isla Fisher's the wild one, with a full Australian accent. It just goes off the wall pretty quickly. So I saw that trailer, and I did think exactly what we were just saying there. Are we coming full circle? Are we starting to
come back around to actually studios doing some comedies for a change, and putting something together for $25-30 million and being able to hit like 120 instead of spending.
And I suppose it helps that Judd Apatow obviously has the clout that he has, that he can fund these things himself.
I think there are so many of those people who could do it, and for whatever reason, maybe it really just is too difficult. Whether it's Judd Apatow or Seth Rogen. I mean, obviously Adam Sandler's been able to make a career out of it with his deals with Netflix and stuff like that. He's been able to do his things, and some of the stuff has been good, and some of it's been dog shit. But
I hear we're getting a new Grown Ups movie.
I did read that. Yeah.
So that's on the horizon. Speaking of which, I did also watch over the weekend. I watched The Running Man, the new version of The Running Man.
Oh.
And actually, I think that was my note was more enjoyable than Supergirl and Scary Movie, which I didn't expect to be the case. Now, is this because, as Mallory said before, I went into the other two with expectations, and I went into Running Man with this is one of my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. How are you going to ruin this? And in fact, they go in a totally different direction, and it works really, really well because they go in that direction. So yeah,
I want to challenge you guys to watch something with no expectations and let me know what you think.
I know my expectations affect things. I went into watch right? The first Thor movie, I went into expecting it to be boring and expected it to be a big step down from what we'd had to that point, because I was like, Thor's not a great character. He's Shakespearean. What can we do with Thor? And they smashed it out of the park. I thought it was amazing because my expectations were so low. But on the back of that raised my expectations for Captain America, the first Avenger. And I was disappointed leaving the cinema after watching that because it wasn't, I think more so because I'd raised my expectations. Taking my expectations away, I still love that movie. It's a great movie, but because my expectations,
I think it's like one of the perfect. I think it's damn near perfect.
It's a really good movie, but I wanted it to be here.
You wanted it to be Winter Soldier, is what you wanted.
Yeah, and I mean, because of Thor, though, I'd expected to be here and had achieved this. I was like, well, if Thor's here, Captain America's going to be. Do you know what I mean? So it was the expectations that ruined that for me. The problem you'll have, Mallory, is I know too much about too many films to go into anything without any expectations. I can tell you that there is 2 films in my life that I've been into and not known anything about walking through the door. The first was Rush Hour, the first Rush Hour.
Great,
had no idea. To that point, had no idea who Jackie Chan was and no idea who Chris Tucker was. Came out of that and was like, I love these guys. We need more of this. And the other one was Pitch Black.
That's a good movie.
That's a great movie. Yeah, because I saw Pitch Black. I seem to have a habit of this. I saw Pitch Black after watching The Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah.
Which is a sequel to Pitch Black. But I did the same thing with Serenity and Firefly. I saw Serenity in the movie theater in 2005, 2006, whenever it came out. And then I was like, that was really fun. Like, I haven't heard about them. I'm like, space western? Hell yeah. And then my buddy's like, dude, it was a show. I'm like, it was a show?
Yeah.
And then that's been my life for the last, 25 years? Almost 20 years, whatever it is.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. I did also see Toy Story 3, but I saw that today, but I'm going to leave that for next week.
Toy Story 5?
5.
Five.
You know what I'm thinking because I've already just given spoilers away. But Toy Story 5, we saw that today. Took the kids to see that today. Mallory, you had something you wanted to talk about?
Yeah. I think we have time. And I think it's kind of also, I think we've touched on it even a little bit today. But I wanted to talk about the statute of limitations for spoilers.
Oh.
I know we've definitely talked about that in the past. We talked about it generally. But the reason why I was thinking about it is because I was like scrolling through my Instagram and somebody gave me a Daredevil spoiler. And listen, I get that the new season is over. I get that. But it also
just ended in late March. I feel like they broke protocol.
Right. So what do you guys think? And I know that the South Park guys made this whole big joke that the statute of limitations for horrible things being funny is 10 years. But obviously I don't think the statute of limitations for spoilers is 10 years.
I don't think it's 10 years. Now, were you sent it directly from a friend or did you just happen to see something?
Literally was scrolling and I just popped up.
Okay. It's 3 months. I do get that it's 3 months.
It is 3 months.
But
April, May, June,
a TV show. And I think a TV show and a movie have different statute of limitations.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. I think a TV show is 6 months.
Okay.
I think a TV show is 6 months. I think a movie is probably closer to 60 to 90 days. I would say with a movie, especially in today's entertainment and media landscape, within 60 days of it being available on pay-per-view, statute of limitations is off.
Yeah.
Like, I learned stuff about Superman because I think by accident. And then I was like, well, you know what? I've heard these things, some good, some bad. It's on pay-per-view for $15. I'm going to rent it.
I think the key to it all is they need to have a precursor that says spoiler.
Spoilers contained, yeah. Which some articles do that.
Yeah.
Where you'll be scrolling through, they're like, hey, listen, stop here if you don't want to see shit.
But I mean,
and I will say this was not an article. It was literally a video about something that I think happened in the most recent season, which if it's true, I'm already devastated.
Okay.
Well, what is it?
I don't want to say because I don't want to see your faces. Also, statute of limitations.
What was it? We'll just cover our face.
But no, statute of limitations hasn't passed.
Actually, when this gets released, it will be over 3 months. No, I said, I said 6 months. Shit.
I mean,
I'm gonna give a spoiler alert. So if you have not seen Daredevil season 2 or any of Daredevil Born Again, because maybe it is from the first season, I don't know. No, it's definitely not from the first season. It's definitely from the second season. So spoiler alert. Mute us for 5 minutes. All right, I'm not going to close my eyes.
3, 2, 1, go.
It was a video of somebody saying this is where they killed their favorite lawyer, R.I.P. Foggy. Don't tell me. Don't say anything. But if it's true, I'm already devastated. Good poker faces.
We can have
right? Like, if that's true, horrible. You don't do that.
That's. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in. Wait, what number is?
Put a bookmark
it's like 130 something.
Is it that far away?
Yeah, Daredevil season 2. It's 134.
Okay.
Hold on.
We're gonna be talking about it in November.
That's fine. Or you could really get your head down this week and.
You can really get your head down.
Yeah. Talk about it next week.
It's actually Well, Daredevil Born Again starts at 127, and then season 2 is 130.
Right, but I know it's a season 2 spoiler.
Okay.
I'm also kind of hoping that I forget all about it by the time I get there. But I don't think I will because it's seared into my brain and I'm devastated. And if it wasn't so devastating.
It's funny you should mention him because we watched the Mighty Ducks with the kids the other day. And I was just like,
what a film.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, go on.
No, that was it. I was going to say,
kids,
okay. We tried to get them to watch it. They wouldn't watch it because they were like, no, it's more than 10 minutes long. I'm too distracted by this. And then they finished up watching the last part of it. And then Jack was talking about the Flying V for ages.
Don't watch the series that they came out with Lauren Graham. It is trash.
Is it? I think I watched the first 2 episodes.
The first season's okay because Emilio Estevez I think pops in at one point, and then but it's really not good. But you know what I picked up on DVD the other day? I was looking at a ranking on it was like an Instagram poll or whatever of the best kids sports movies. And obviously the number one is The Sandlot.
Yeah.
I mean that's come on.
And my kids know The Sandlot, which is amazing considering.
Fantastic. I mean they're Scottish and Welsh.
The Sandlot does not have the same following in the UK that it does.
I wouldn't expect it to though.
But my kids do know about The Sandlot. They have watched it multiple occasions and they talk about the film with the dog and the baseball.
Yeah, Hercules. Yeah, the Beast. Yeah. But a film that you may not know, Max, you might know it actually, but that I picked up this weekend because it was ranked number 2 in this kids sports movies.
Can I guess?
Yeah, go for it. I actually remember the ranking of some of these. So The Sandlot was number 1.
Is number 2 Little Giants?
Good job, Mallory.
Nice.
Well freaking done.
I'm
actually kind of impressed that you.
I didn't.
My
guess would have been Rookie of the Year.
That was number 5.
Yeah,
that was number 5 on the list. But yes, so Little Giants, I ordered it on Amazon, and it came in a 3-movie pack.
Oh,
Little Giants,
Yep.
Surf Ninjas, and what was the third film? And I will give you a hint. It is a baseball movie, and it was not one of the ones that we just mentioned. And I will give bonus points if you can actually name this movie, because I don't think you guys will know
it. Is it the one with Matt LeBlanc and the monkey?
That's a terrible one, but it's fun. But no, it's not that one.
Okay,
I do know you're talking. He's a pitcher and stuff. Yeah, I remember that one.
There's the Bad News Bears. There's the Keanu Reeves one, Hardball.
Hardball, good. Not really in that genre.
Okay.
It's a little bit too mature, but also a good sports movie. That was actually numbered. They gave it an honorable mention because it's a kid movie, but not really.
It's not really. It's a movie with kids, but it's actually
a movie with kids, but it's not a kid movie. Yeah.
Is it Angels in the Outfield?
Great guess. That is number 7 on the list, but it was not Angels in the Outfield. Now, the title of the movie is 3 words, if that helps at all. And it is a baseball movie.
So I was thinking about Now and Then, but I don't think that's technically a sports movie.
Not really a sports movie.
I think it's a movie that has sports.
Movie that has sports in it. No, that's not it, though.
Does it have an animal in the lead?
No. It's not Air Bud.
It's not one of the Air Bud movies.
It's not one of the Air Bud movies. Air Bud scores home or whatever. It's like, no.
You're probably going to tell us and we're both going to kick ourselves.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll give you the plot first and see if you can guess the title. So a kid's grandfather dies and he inherits the Minnesota Twins.
And I know I've seen it, and I can't think what it's called, but I know
it's called Little Big League.
That's Little Executive or something like that. I was going to say
Little Big League.
Yeah.
And that movie is awesome in a lot of ways, but the part that I think is so cool about that film, unlike films like Major League, Angels in the Outfield, is the difference is they're using the real Minnesota Twins. They're actually playing at their dome in the movie. And all of the baseball players that they're playing against are legit baseball players. Like there is a scene where, Mallory, you've seen Gilmore Girls, right?
No.
Never seen Gilmore Girls?
No.
Oh, okay.
I've seen Gilmore Girls.
You have. You know Luke.
Yeah, you were a little more fruity than me.
All right, fair enough. You know Luke, the diner owner?
Yep.
He's in Little Big League.
Okay.
And he plays one of the pitchers. And at one point, he strikes out Paul O'Neill. Like legitimately, it's Paul O'Neill in the batter's box when he's playing for the Yankees. So all of the scenes, Ken Griffey Jr. is in it. Nomar Garcia Parra. So like they actually had real baseball players who were like playing this fake Minnesota Twins team, and it's fun.
I like it.
So I'm looking forward to that. And that was ranked, I think, 4th on the list. I think or 3rd. I don't remember now. But anyway.
All right. There we go. Well, that was episode 48, not 46 of Not Quite Nerds.
Also, for the record, I would like to say that Luch is a feminist.
Thank you. Can this be the tag, please? I did not come off good there. You know what I'm trying to say.
I will state it for the record.
Thank you. And this is not my lawyer saying this. This is not my lawyer saying this.
Is Luch a version of toxic masculinity in cinema?
Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because I definitely scream toxic masculinity.
Let us know below.
All right, well, that was episode 48. Luch might be back next week. We might have replaced him with somebody.
I might get cancelled, I don't know.
Who ticks more boxes, shall we say.
I might go back into ice holding.
We might dive into the equality bucket and see who we can get that ticks a bunch of boxes for us.
Oh, God.
But that was episode 48. Thanks for listening. Please like, subscribe, share, do all the things that we ask you to do. And just share it with one person that you think might like it. That'd be fantastic. Yeah. And then if they share it with one, and they share it with one, and they share it with one, we can all.
So we would have 5 people.
We would have at least 5 people who listen. Yes.
We'll see you next week.
HOTTOGO.
Da-na-na, na-na-na.